Hey friends, Pastor Greg here from St. Paul's United Methodist Church and Wesley Foundation. Today, I'm thinking about broken walls. Let me explain. When I was a child watching Saturday morning cartoons, the drink company Kool-Aid used to feature commercials aimed at children that showed the Kool-Aid man, who was a giant pitcher of Kool-Aid, who would sort of enter into a scene where there were some children who maybe weren't having the best time, and he would offer them Kool-Aid and it would cheer them up. But he wouldn't come through the door, he would burst through the wall of wherever it was that these children were. And I remember thinking, even as a child myself, how odd it was that the Kool-Aid man would burst through the wall and destroy all of that property. And I even remember thinking how odd it was that no one in the commercial seemed to think it was strange that this large pitcher of Kool-Aid just burst through the wall. We're not going to be talking about that kind of wall breaking, but this weekend in our worship, we will be looking at a text together from the book of Ephesians that tells us that Jesus is, in fact, a wall breaker. Now, Jesus isn't destroying any property or selling sugary drinks to children, but he is interested in tearing down whatever it is that separates us from one another. As the book of Ephesians tells us, that he is tearing down the dividing walls, the walls of hostility between us. Jesus is tearing down the walls of division, the walls that separate us. I wonder what those walls look like for us. This Sunday is World Communion Sunday, a day in which we celebrate the sacrament of Holy Communion, and we remember that this communion table connects us with other Christ followers around the world, who are all celebrating this holy mystery. But more than that, I hope that we'll be able to consider how it is that the sacrament of communion connects us in other ways also, not just with people on the other side of the world, but people in our own community who may be on the other side of an issue, a belief, or a party. I'm wondering if we might consider how when we share together in the sacrament at the table, we experience, at least for a moment, the sort of breaking down of some dividing walls, things that separate us. And we break bread together, which feeds us, nourishes us, and connects us in ways that are bigger than the things that separate us. What if the communion table wasn't the sort of end of the journey, the end-all be-all for us, but was in fact a beginning point, a sort of picture, a microcosm of what this faith could look like, what the book of Ephesians is pointing to when it talks about this wall-breaking, revolutionary kind of Christ who takes away those things that divide us and calls us to sit at tables together in love. We would love for you to come and join us this weekend as we explore these things more fully and deeply in our in-person worship at 9 and 10:30 on Sunday morning in downtown State College, or join us from wherever you may be online as we live stream our 10:30 service on our YouTube channel, which you can see live, or you can join us anytime after that. Also, this month, we are sponsoring the meals and the hosts for Out of the Cold, a local ministry here in State College that helps those who are experiencing homelessness. And we at St. Paul's are signed up to provide meals and hosts from October 7th to October 22nd. What an amazing opportunity this is for us to practice what the sacrament of communion is pointing to, a kind of table sharing, a kind of wall-breaking connection that brings us into relationship with those who are around us, regardless of the things that so often separate us. If you'd like to find out more or participate in a meal or hosting, you can use the link that was included in the What's Happening email, or you can find that link in the comments section of the video below. Come and share the table with us. as together we follow the wall-breaking Christ.